You know, you ought to be real proud of yourself. You made it to Friday, so reach around, slap yourself on the back. That's right, you made it to Friday. I guess by now you know it's not that professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, but it's your broadcast professional, Dennis Falcone, sitting in the air chair, as we like to say, kicking off the weekend on the Opie and Anthony pre-show. Yes, Sam's still a bit under the weather. I guess Mom gave him the Vicks rub down, but that did not seem to do it. He's pumping up the herbal tea. He's taking his medication. He's in his jammies. He's taking a nap. So we'll give him the Friday off and get better, Sam. We'll see you back here on Monday morning, bright, light, and early like. But in the meantime and in between time, Dennis Falcone will be here reviewing what went on yesterday on a terrific Thursday here on the Opie and Anthony program. Once again, it's the Opie and Anthony Show. Dennis Falcone. XM 103, Sirius 206. Those are things you ordinarily don't hear. That's where you'll find us on your Sirius or XM radio. Now, we've got a bunch of cuts that happened yesterday on the show. It was a great show. Jay Moore, funny man Jay Moore, is in town. He's appearing at some of the local venues. One of them out on Long Island. He's never heard of that one before. We had a couple of callers checking that out for him and telling him some of the finer points about Long Island. And one of the cuts that I really enjoyed, there's a club out on Long Island called the Winter Circle. And this club has been around for, God, at least 30, 35 years. I remember going there in the early 80s and getting down and boogieing on a Saturday night to some great disco music. And that club is still around. And they say that club is now a swingers club. So we had a gentleman call in and talk to Jay about maybe some of the things that he'd like to visit. We have one of those cuts for you right now, Sal, that we'd like to play.
Jay, if you're not too busy during your gigs, you can go to the Winter Circle. It's an over 40 swingers club.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yuck.
Over 40?
Wow.
Over 40.
Why does it have to be over 40?
Exactly.
Big labia.
That's how they advertise it.
We're going to name it Big Labia.
Over 40 swingers
How
club,
fucking
huh?
awful is that?
A lot of fun going
all
on
of a
there.
sudden, Jimmy's Mr. fucking Morals and Standards.
No. If I want to go fucking swing, I want someone under 40.
Yes.
I want to see a bunch of 48-year-old women. I've had 4 children. I'm really letting my hair fly. I want to get fucking drop dead already.
8-year-old Jewish women. Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Jewish broads.
That doesn't do anything for me, though. A bunch of old swingers.
Yeah.
Old, out-of-shape swingers.
And over 40, by the way, they're not 40 in there. It's over 40. They're in their late 50s. You know, I'm a widower.
Yeah.
When Saul was alive,
Yeah.
we'd fuck all day.
Let me tell
Finger
you.
sandwiches and then fuck all night.
My granddaughter told me it's time I get back out on the scene.
Sue everybody.
Yeah. Sue everyone.
Once again, it's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts. Sam a bit under the weather, so we'll here take care of business for you on Friday as we head into the weekend on the Opie and Anthony pre-show. They were talking about hearing problems and sight problems because, hey, everybody's getting up in age. And Anthony said that he kind of hears things when he goes around the house. He loses his glasses. And we've got cut one to talk to you about that.
I could see distance fine, but man, that close-up shit now, it's literally painful. Like if I look at something too long, and too long is like a few minutes.
Right.
I get this fucking feeling in my head like I was stabbed with an ice pick. It's yeah. I got reading glasses thrown around my house like Johnny Appleseed came through with them.
Smart.
Yeah, because I would be upstairs going, they're downstairs, they're upstairs,
Right.
they're in my bag, they're in the car. Now I bought a fuckload and literally threw some in my bedroom, threw some downstairs.
That's what parents do with pacifiers when they have
Is that
a newborn.
A little nookie.
You throw pacifiers all over the place.
Yeah.
So they could find
So they
one.
could just find them.
That's what you did with your glasses.
Just fucking sew them.
What's that? E-Rock did not give us that clip? Okay, so you know what? We have to learn and recover and roll with it because that's what a broadcast professional does. It's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts. Now, Opie said a couple of years ago that he had laser surgery, and he said that the LASIK is just fantastic. That would be cut 3, Mr. Sal.
If you fix both eyes, I got in touch about for distance, both eyes for distance, then you have to wear glasses for everything up close. So basically, you'd be swapping out a pair of distance glasses for a pair of just based on age. No offense.
So could we get the LASIK?
Chances are, if you can go get I can give the number and everything to the guys offline, but you have to come in and get evaluated, make sure your cornea is thick enough, the eyes aren't fucked up with,
I had an injury years ago with my left eye. Like I think I got hit with a baseball or something. So they didn't even know if I can get the surgery the first time. So I had to go to a specialist who looked at my eye, and then he had to sign off and tell the Philotop or whatever, whoever did mine, that, hey, it's okay. But I was like an inch away from not being able to get it at all.
I got to tell you, back in, I think it was 99 or 2000, I got this done. And I remember walking around Manhattan, I felt like I had superhero eyes.
Oh, man.
I was looking in apartments that were 4 or 5 stories high and could see detail in these apartments.
It's a miracle.
And I think at the time I was better than 2020. Isn't that?
You're 2015. Yep.
2015, right. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable what these eyes are supposed to say if you get them tuned up right.
These Eyes, great song by the Guess Who. Great group out of Canada. We should get into some Guess Who tunes this morning. Think we could play some Guess Who music, Sal? No, I guess not. It's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts. And let's see, we're going to jump on the lines here. We got Andrew from New Jersey. And Andrew, what is your question?
Hey, I know this is a great April Fool's joke by Sam. We get the joke. Just put Sam on the air now, please.
Sam's a bit under the weather. Sam will be back in on Monday. But Andrew, again, thank you so much for calling in and always appreciating your compliments here on the program. Mindy was here. Mindy Kaling was here yesterday. We don't have Mindy yet? We don't have those cuts yet? Well, anyway, she was here yesterday and she was a great guest on the show. So hopefully we'll get one of those cuts on for you as well. As you know, Jay Moore stopped by. Jay, I said, is playing some of the clubs in the area. And Jay also does a sports show on terrestrial radio, and we were talking with Jay about some of the topics that might be a hot topic, as we like to say in broadcasting. And Jay says, well, it's not always sports that really lights up the phone. That would be Cut 11.
It's amazing what you talk about and nobody cares immediately. Just their eyes gloss over. But if you say, like, you could do like Lakers Knicks, holy shit, like it's going down. I've said the battle for slop, the battle for the worst in the world. Like I'm in LA, and like Lakers Knicks, that's national things. Two teams. Nothing.
No one cares.
No.
Nothing.
Wow. So what do they care about?
Race and gay.
Even on the sports channel.
I go, Michael said, because I take pride.
Race and gay.
Yeah, and if you get a gay black guy, like, ding, 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 it's like, oh, be it fucking Bogota.
21.
And Cayable.
Let's get Jay Moore passed by yesterday, and I think he said he's going to pass by on Monday. He's appearing in some of the clubs out in the area, and also a club on Long Island that they pulled up on the video screen, looked up at some of the pictures, which were kind of interesting. We also had a couple of ONA fans call into one of the other popular sports broadcasters in the country. That would be Mike Francesa. And, they wanted to talk baseball with Mike. They wanted to talk about the Mets pitching rotation, but I think things went in a different direction. That would be cut number 12.
I heard our guys pranked Mike Francesa yesterday. Do we have that clip?
Do we have a clip? Yeah. I love a good clip.
I tried to find that yesterday. I couldn't.
Here it is. Mike Francesa gets pranked by O&A fans. Nice. We want more of this, by the way.
By the way, real quick, it's a fascinating TV show to watch the top of his head read the fucking post for 3 hours. How did he prick it on Fox Sports 1 before I did?
Shit, you're right.
The fuck?
And he's monotone. He obviously doesn't like his listeners.
Ray Romano, Francesa.
He doesn't want to be there. We love him.
Anthony, what's up, Anthony?
Hello, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a Mets fan. I'm really concerned about the Met rotation this year.
The Met rotation this year?
Mets rotation, yeah.
What are you concerned about?
Neese clearly is having arm problems, correct?
He did in the spring.
Yeah, well, I think the Met rotation this year could be Bartolo Colon first, Greg Opie Hughes second, Anthony Cumia third, Will Jimmy Orton fourth, and Bobo or Stopper Patty fifth. What do you think?
I think that you basically, you know what, next time they give you one call, don't call me. Stephen Trumbull, what's up, Steve?
Oh, that's a good comeback, Mike. Mike's got it. He knows how to handle with a heckler. Huh?
His eyes were closed.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
It's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts here on the Opie and Anthony pre-show, counting down a lot of the clips that, not really a countdown, but just playing back some of the clips that we featured on the show yesterday. And let's see, we have Gustavo, and he's calling in from Arkansas. Good morning, Gustavo. How are we doing today?
Hey, good morning.
Good. What was your question, or you wanted to talk about something this morning?
Well, I was in New York City for New Year's.
Uh-huh.
And, did all my traveling back and forth on subway and train.
I believe I was sitting or standing next to Iraq.
How did you know that?
I don't know. It's been bugging me all this time, and I'm just calling. I was hoping he would answer the phone, but he didn't. It was Adrian who answered.
Yeah, Adrian is. I don't think Iraq actually rides the subway. He usually drives around Manhattan, or if not by himself, he has a chauffeur. He does have his own driver, so I don't think he was taking mass transportation. So, but then again, thanks for calling in this morning. It's Dennis Falcone sitting in for Sam Roberts, and we're going to go to caller 9. It's Jeff in the Sunshine State. Hello, Jeff. How you doing today in Florida?
Hey, Dennis. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right.
Man, listen, I just wanted to say I, for one, am glad to hear you on there this morning instead of that nasally, whiny sounding Sam Roberts. Can't stand him.
No,
don't usually listen to this pre-show or the after show. Whenever he comes on, I turn it off. I can't stand to listen to him. I'm glad to hear a man on there for a change in the morning. Do a good job, buddy.
Well, thank you very much for the call, Jeff. But Sam is a great broadcaster, and he does know his material. And I'm not going to slam Sam. So I'm not going to slam Sam. He's a good guy, and we always have a good time working together. And let's go to line 2. Looks like we've got superfan Eric. Eric calling in from Philly. Good morning, Eric. How are we doing today?
Oh my God, Danny! This is the greatest day of my life. I mean, I get to talk to the legend Dennis Falcone. I am the superfan, Eric. I come from Philadelphia, the home of the Keter with the heater.
The boss with the hot sauce.
Okay, don't interrupt me. I'm talking. I work for a hoagie shop in Philadelphia. I'm all fired up. I hope my boy Sam's getting better. I love him to death. Hey, Denny, how about you play some songs about the great city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, the home of the Keter with the heater, the home of the superfan, Eric? I love it. I love my fans out there. I love you, Denny. I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited to hear you. Somebody take a picture of you on Twitter. I want to see you out there doing your thing, sitting in the little booth, getting us all fired up for the pre-show, the after show. Are you doing the after show? I gotta know.
I hope so. If things go good on this, we'll stick around for the after show. Thanks again, Eric, and we'll put the check in the mail for you today here on Sirius XM. Thanks again for calling in. It's Dennis Falcone for Sam Roberts. Sam under the weather. He came in yesterday, but bailed and went home. But he did sound pretty good. And actually, we called Sam at home, and the boys had Sam on the line. And let's go to that Sam cut. That would be a cut number 6 when we had Sam on the phone.
All right, Sam. I hope you feel better.
Thank you for your concern.
Is your wife nursing you to health, or did she go to work?
She's about to go to work right now.
What'd she do for you?
She's happy. She got me some saltines.
She hook you up?
I love saltines.
Oh, God, I love saltines.
Pretty good.
Good saltine.
Did
What do
she
you eat
give
on
you?
them?
Did she give a little rubbing on your fever bag?
Did she rub your smelly little Christmas Santa's bag hanging on your leg? Nothing in there.
Nothing better than a warm fever bag.
Bag.
As you're laying in your pajamas.
Yeah.
And you feel the warmness.
Your balls are trying to keep that fucking 2-degree temperature difference. Just dangling down as low as they can.
You got to peel it off your upper thigh.
Oh, it's like fucking, you put too much Hubba Bubba in your mouth
Right.
and then just slapped it on your thigh.
Sirius XM with Dennis Falcone on the Opie and Anthony pre-show, in for Sam Roberts, and on Twitter it's the O&A Show on Twitter, O&A Show on Twitter, and we are putting up some pictures this morning of me here in the studio trying to carry on the tradition that has been boldly set in stone by Sam Roberts. Sam under the weather, but hopefully he'll be back on Monday. We'll just give him a couple of days off for good behavior. And again, Mindy Kaling was here yesterday, and she is very popular with a lot of people. She said 21-year-old girls, and she had a nice story about, she had a book signing out in California, I believe, and the line got so long that they had to turn people away, but she was pretty upset about that. And I believe she had people contact her on Twitter, and she sent them out some prizes. So that's really nice. And she was here. We have a couple of cuts from Mindy talking about stand-up and talking about her career, especially on the original TV show The Office. Do you ever do stand-up?
God, I tried it for a while. I don't know, because you guys are all like really funny, but I did that thing where I saw people doing it. This is terrible. You should never be motivated to do it because it's really an art. But like you see people who suck and people kind of compliment them, and you're like, well, I can suck too.
Right.
Why don't I go do it? But you should never be motivated out of spite. And so I quickly gave up because I'm not good at it.
So did you see people that were just awful?
You know, it's okay. So I will say this: there's this nice kind of. It's coming from a really good place of reverse sexism where, like, I feel like a woman will do stand up, and people will be like, she's really hilarious, and you're like, it's just like so that people can feel like it's whatever. And so I felt like I was kind of motivated in this bad way of like, well, if the bar is set low, and I'm like, no. Sarah Silverman's like a genius. She's super funny. You shouldn't do it unless you're really good and you really put in the time to like, because it's hard work. Like you have to work really hard to get, I think, good.
Did you bomb?
Oh yeah. I mean, thing about me was I think that I have no. I mean, here's the thing: if you're a stand-up, the kind of stand-up I like I said, Chappelle, Louis C.K., they are just talking about stuff that's interesting to them, and clearly they work and they craft jokes, but they're smart and their brains are really like turned on and whatever. But I was just like, I didn't want to open up that much about my life because like Louis can talk about marriage, his kids.
Oh yeah.
Chappelle, he has so many like, cool demons, and I was like, I didn't have honestly enough that I could like wasn't introspective enough. I didn't want the audience to know that much about me, and so it sucked. So when I'd bomb because people were like, well, we don't even know who you are.
Back in with Mindy Kaling. She was here yesterday on the Opie and Anthony show. It's Dennis Falcone for Sam Roberts. And looks like we have Sean in Ohio. And good morning, Sean. And you had a question about Mindy?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Falcone.
Dennis, please, Dennis.
Hey, it was kind of hard to listen to Mindy Kaling's philosophy and theories about stand-up when she didn't even understand that Jim Brewer was a stand-up comedian before SNL.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, but you know, sometimes people in the field don't really know the history of the business they're in. I mean, you talk to a ball player, you know, they'll talk to a ball player today and kind of reference something 20 years ago, and they might not have ever heard of that ball player. We as fans seem to know each and every little thing about either comedy or music or sports, more so than the people who do it as a profession all the time. Once again, it's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts, and let's go to line 2 because that could be a good music call. It's Snowy in Michigan. Hello, Snowy. How you doing?
Dennis the Falcone. How are you today, sir?
How are you, my friend?
I'm all right. I was curious, what's your favorite band from Canada?
How about April Wine, only for the sole reason of the title song, If You See K, Tell Her I Love Her. How about that one? Blowing off the dust from that one, exhuming it from the groove yard of your mind. If You See K by April Wine. We got to see if we can find that on the hard drive of hits. But Snowy, I guess my favorite one, only because I always seem to get pulled over by the police when I was cranking a Bachman-Turner Overdrive. Let it roll on down the highway. And of course, Bachman-Turner Overdrive, some of the roots of that band coming from the immortal Guess Who. So if you are cranking up Bachman-Turner Overdrive, just make sure the police are not in the area. It's Dennis Falcone, the Opie and Anthony pre-show. Sam Roberts, a little under the weather. Sam will be back hopefully on Monday. And, you know, I was so excited this past week because Taco Bell came out with breakfast. And maybe I'll pass by. Yeah, E-Rock saying we got to go. He's giving me the big thumbs up. Maybe we'll go because I understand they have a breakfast burrito. Now, Anthony was talking about a burrito also. So I guess maybe he wants to stop by Taco Bell with us this weekend also. That would be cut 13, Sal. Let's hear about the burrito.
I like a girl too that doesn't mind, like in the morning, just I just want to fuck literally 30 seconds and shoot and get the fuck out of here. Cool.
That's how my wife is.
That's
my
great.
wife's like, if you put your penis inside me, I will come because your penis is inside.
Look, given the time, it's like fucking going out to dinner. Sometimes you go to a nice restaurant, spend a long time. Sometimes you shove a burrito down your throat.
That's true.
But it's like
so in this scenario, let's walk this through. Let's go to the comedy chalkboard. Yes. A vagina would be a mouth and a throat, and your cock would be a burrito.
The burrito, it could be.
And the two bodies
Some fast food is what you're saying.
Like to drive through
fast food. It doesn't always have to be this fucking movie whimsical
where you have to
time in bed.
Where you have to listen for the specials, like we said earlier.
The specials. but sometimes, you know, you could just do those quick fucking get it over with, and then other times, you know, you fucking it's a long procedure.
It's hard for me to dump a load, man. It takes a while.
I can help you. I can take care of it for you, Jimmy.
That wasn't exactly the same burrito that we had in mind. That would be on the Taco Bell menu. Let's go over to caller 6, and it looks like, let's see, caller 6. That would be Pat from Missouri. Good morning, Pat in Missouri. How you doing today?
Pretty good. Hey, Sam, the show sounds great. I can't put my finger on it, but you're doing great today. It sounds really good over here in Missouri.
Well, thank you very much. It's not Sam. It's Dennis Falcone. Sam is under the weather. He came in yesterday and was taken ill. So he's taking off Friday and making it a 4-day weekend. Actually, you know what? Monday should be a national holiday. And I, for one, and a lot of people are also on this only because it's opening day, Major League Baseball. And I believe it should be a national holiday. That's right. Major League Baseball should be an opening day holiday. What are we going to go to line 5? And what's that?
I'd say 9.
You say 9, caller 9, and let's go to caller 9, and that would be Ralph in Ohio. Good morning, Ralph. How we doing? What's your question?
Denny, sounding great.
Thank you.
What do you think? Talking about baseball? What do you think about that? Tigers going to do something different with the D logo?
With the D logo, I'm a traditionalist. Yeah. I'm a traditionalist. I think you just keep that D because whenever you see that D on that hat, that's Detroit. Plus, they're giving all that money now to Cabrera. How about that big contract? This guy.
How about the D with the D's nuts?
No, I don't think so. I would still say with the traditional D, but I do appreciate your call this morning, and it's always so nice hearing from some of the Opie and Anthony fans. Probably the most creative fans in radio. That's all I have to say. They are just some of the most creative fans in radio. But thank you very much, and I'll have to wear my Tigers baseball cap one day. We were talking before about fellow who stopped by yesterday, Jay Moore, and he was in a movie which The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. Jim Carrell was in that movie as well, and Steve Carell. Jim Carrey. I kind of combined them both there, but he had an interesting story about Jim Carrey being on the set that day. That would be cut 10.
Wonderstone.
Right.
By the way, the beginning of that movie is very funny. I loved the beginning of that movie.
Probably the funniest script I ever read in my life.
It's fucking funny, but then when they get into the whole, he's going to change part, then I kind of lost me.
2:30 show. Yeah, Alan Arkin. I walked into the makeup trailer the first day, and Alan Arkin's sitting there. He's wearing it's like 40 degrees in L.A. in the morning. He's wearing flip-flops. He's just like a fucking stoner from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah.
He's just complete out. He's great.
Rules.
I walk in, he goes, "Oh, shit, do you do me?" First thing he said, I go, "No." He goes, "Good."
He's good in it. It was really, especially the beginning, like I said, it was just a
There were
funny
days we
movie.
didn't shoot because Jim Carrey said, "I'm not feeling it. I have to go home."
Are you kidding?
What?
Universal City Walk.
Holy
shit.
shit.
Night shoot at Universal City Walk, W-A-L-K, which is not like the fucking guy's haircut.
Right.
This is a porch. And that's like $500,000. And then in Vegas one day, he said he couldn't get after it.
But wait, was he not feeling well, or he just didn't feel like shooting?
Didn't feel it.
Woke up one
He's a
day and
strange
said,
guy, huh?
It's not funny today. It's not working.
Just not feeling it.
So we all stayed an extra day in Vegas. Then we had to shoot. Then we all got picked up by buses, like in the Luxor parking lot, and like everyone's luggage is out. It was like, this is what it's like to be on a hockey team. Like you're done shooting, and there's someone went to my room, got all my shit.
Holy
and I just
shit!
Trust all my medications and asthma inhalers were all accounted for. God. But I'm like Kim Jong-il mask, and I got on a fucking bus.
It's the Opie and Anthony pre-show. Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts and Brian in D.C. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Jenny, Falcone, able to spot free food 6 cubes away. How are you doing?
There you go. Boy, you got me nailed right there. I'm doing okay, my friend. Matter of fact, I hope somebody brings in some breakfast because I'm getting a little hungry right now.
I feel that you are a little hungry, but you know what? I'm going to help you out here a little bit. We're 6 minutes away from the Opie and Anthony show beginning. Who the hell is going to be on the show today? How about you let us know?
Well, you know what? We're going to have to keep you in suspense because that'll be happening just after 6:30 this morning, Eastern time. Right now, somebody said, should I do a time check? It's 24 past the hour, okay? So there's your time check, 24 past the hour. Friday morning, heading into the weekend on the Sirius XM Opie and Anthony show. Dennis in for Sam. Sam back in on Monday. And the guys really don't have much of a love for the jam band genre. They do like the Black Crowes, and yesterday Jay Moore was able to get one of the members of the Black Crowes to call in, and that would be Steve Gorman. So let's chat with Steve on cut 16.
Steve Gorman, drummer for the Black Crowes and Trigger Hippie. We were talking about.
Well, first I want to say welcome to our show, and second I want to say I'm a huge fan of the Black Crowes, so this is pretty cool. We used to talk to Chris Robinson and Rich back in the day, but it's been many years.
Well, thank you, sir. It's nice to be here.
So you're the third founding member of the Black Crowes on third.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? I don't know. We were taking Gorman back in the day.
I've been trying to get Gorman to roll me Chris Robinson for 2 years. It's the only reason I'm friends with him. Oh, shit. I'm trying to get Chris on my podcast. The guy's a goddamn flake.
I think
I'm doing you a favor, okay? I'm acting as an effective buffer.
Can I ask you something? Does Rich have like a 4-year-old?
Yeah.
I thought it was him. We went through a hospital tour when I was having my son almost 4 years ago here in New York City, and all of a sudden I'm like, that's Rich Robinson's also having a kid and going on the hospital tour, and no one else knew though. But I didn't want to be that guy, so I never said anything to him.
Did you see the body in its pristine state?
And I always wondered if it was him because I'm like, that's crazy. It looks just like him, but maybe it's not him. But now I know for sure it was. Anyway. Whatever. Jay, why we got Steve Gorman on the line?
Oh, because we were talking about how much we love the Black Crowes, and then you and I both tapped out when they went jam band.
I sort of tapped out Steve a little bit.
When you guys are putting the set list together, and there's like 3 15-minute songs, do you ever pipe up and go, what the fuck are we doing? We're the Black Crowes. Why don't we do our songs?
Yeah. What are you talking? I mean, how many? I mean, you talking about you tapping out? Go back and listen to some of the tapes.
just hold the basic
rules.
Yeah.
Just hold a beat and fucking check your texts.
And Opie also had a question that he wanted to pose to Steve Gorman. So let's hear that clip.
I got a question for Steve Gorman. Do you know who Opie and Anthony are?
Oh.
I've heard vague references.
Vague references.
We're not even on the Black Crowes radar, and we've had
Steve,
Chris and Rich on a few times.
When it was a tight, really concise show with real well-scripted bits, that was kind of more my vibe.
I hear you.
Gorman's funny, man.
It got too loose. I mean, I still dig where you're coming from.
But, you know,
all right.
Sometimes it goes on too long.
We're the jam band of radio. I got it.
They're on until 10:30 now, Steve.
Yes.
They totally fucking jam banded out. He called you
jam band.
Jam banded
This
out.
guy's getting his back.
As a matter of fact, if you do happen to love jam bands, you can't get enough of them, commercial-free jam band music on Jam On. That would be on Sirius XM Channel 29, so make sure you check that out. It's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts this morning, taking some calls, and let's talk to Bobby, and Bobby is in Kentucky. Hello, Bobby. Good morning. What's up?
Dennis Mother Falcone. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, side note, if Opie and Anthony ever make fun of the way you walk again, tell them it's because you're a big fucking thick dick, and that's why you do that. But
well, no, that's not really the reason I walk like that. It's because I was hit by a car, and we just poke fun at me. And you know what? I love them for it. It's Sirius XM with Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts. Sam, under the weather. He's going to be back in on Monday morning. What's that sound? What were you yelling at me for?
line 1.
You want me to take line 1? Okay, line 1. It's Nick in Niagara Falls. Hello, Nick. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on there, Dennis? It's great to hear you, but I got excited when I saw the O&A show post on Twitter that they were going to have a special guest posting. I thought for sure it was going to be Deez.
No, I believe Rick Dees is under contract. He's working out in California, and he's doing a morning show out there. But Rick is one of the nicest guys in the business. And you know what? We're going to have to queue up Disco Duck one of these days and get that on. And also the follow-up, Disco Rilla. That's right. Rick just keeps on rolling. Also did a great version of the Swingin' Medallion song, Double Shot of My Baby's Love. So we're going to have to blow the dust off that one. Another hit will have to exhume from the groove yard of your mind. Again, I have had some fun this morning getting the call late yesterday afternoon to come in and take over for Sam Roberts. Sam will be back in on Monday rubbing down that Vicks and just pumping the herbal tea. It's Sirius XM, XM 103, Sirius 206 if you're keeping score at home. And I guess we'll be reviewing some of the brackets and what's going to be happening this weekend in basketball action. Lots going on. Also, NASCAR going to Martinsville, Virginia. Sirius XM Radio Channel 90 for that on NASCAR Radio. We've got it all covered for you here on Sirius XM. And the Opie and Anthony show will be starting in just moments here on Sirius XM. So you have yourself a great weekend. And I believe that Sam has gotten even sicker after he heard if he did hear the pre-show. It's Dennis Falcone in one more time, taking care of the Friday business as we head into the weekend here on the Opie and Anthony after show, the wrap-up show. And I guess hopefully you were listening this morning. They told me that we're going to have a special guest today. Don't let on who the special guest is. And I said, okay. And it was none other than Ronnie B. They told me was coming. And I said, wow, Ron Bennington on a Friday morning getting up this early? I mean, he's going to do his own show, noon to 3, on Sirius XM Comedy Hits 99, Ron and Fez. But he's coming in early on a Friday morning. What is going on? And we found out about it. I was psyched when we found out that Ron is retiring and moving to Florida, and he's just going to work on a golf course as a caddy for the rest of his life, because that's what he feels he wants to do. That's what his calling is. It was a religious calling that he had, and no, of course not. That's just a poke at it. He worked the other day doing a great job on the George Lopez special that I believe we're repeating on some of the comedy channels here at Sirius XM. We had the listeners in the fishbowl, and he did such a great job. I was so in awe of watching him work with George Lopez, putting the crowd at ease and having a great time. And we're going to do something we call the Unmasked special. Maybe you've heard these on Sirius XM. And Ronnie is going to be hosting it with none other than our own Opie and Anthony. That is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want to go to my clip of the day, it is Ron's announcement for the Unmasked.
Oh, so your clip is doing that? Okay, yeah. So let's go to Ron's clip. Ron talking about this, Eric's clip, E-Rock's clip, when it was exposed here on the Opie and Anthony show this morning.
But you guys are at least a little sentimental about the 20 years?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's weird how much has changed in 20 years.
I look back fondly.
Yeah.
On 20 years.
Sure.
You know. Made history, Ronnie.
Yeah. Is that right?
We made history.
Well, the thought here was to get everybody together for the 20 years. Mm-hmm. And for the first time, you guys get together and seriously talk about it a little bit in an Unmasked episode.
There we go. There we go.
The Unmasked, which I believe gives you that stamp of approval. It's kind of the Hall of Fame.
It really is.
For comedy.
So you've run out of people to talk to, is what you're saying?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. We're still shooting for Gervais.
All right,
you know...
That was a great one because Ronnie again stopped by this morning to announce that we're going to be having a great Unmasked special with Opie and Anthony. And I guess so far it's on tap definitely for April 17th. And it's going to be at Caroline's. And although they were hinting at maybe having it at another venue.
Well, we don't know about that, but for now it's at Caroline's, 5 p.m., April 17th.
Now, I'm pretty tight with the people at the Knights of Columbus Hall out at Hicksville, Long Island. And it's a big room. And, we could go there early. We could play cards with a lot of the members. I think we'd have a great time doing that. Get a couple of 6-foot heroes and have a great time at it. But we might want to just step it up a bit. If you want to call in and talk about this, the phone number here, 1-866-969-1969. That's 866-969-1969. And you know what? Let's take caller number 3 on line number 3. He's got a good question for us, and it looks like it's Art in Pennsylvania. Hello, Art. Do I have that correct?
Hey, Sam. No, it's actually Bart from Pennsylvania.
Oh, Bart. Look at the screen. It says Art. Where's the B? Okay, they cut the B off. Okay, Bart, and it's not Sam. It's Dennis.
Yeah, Sam. Are you going to be DJing this event? It would be great if you could.
You know what? When I see Denny, I'm going to ask him if we could definitely do that. So thank you very much, Bart, for calling in. Yeah, I told him I definitely. I went over to O&A and I said, I definitely bring the hard drive of hits, and we'll make it a party because I think this thing is just going to get bigger and bigger as we plan it.
What kind of songs are you thinking for this kind of celebration?
You just nailed it right there. Celebration. You can't start the party without celebration.
Cool in the Gang.
Cool in the Gang. Hit music. Yeah, we got to get the party going. And we'll be playing, of course, Asia. I can't have... Maybe we could get Asia to come by. Roland, do you think you could work on getting Asia to show up at this event?
Focus on the callers right now.
Okay. That's a subtle... No, not right now. But I think we'll have a good time. And... Again, number here, 866-969-1969. It's the Unmasked with O&A. It's going to be happening April 17th, and just keep listening, and we'll tweet out more information, tell you more information about that. You want to take care of line of the day right now? All right, Sal, let's hear the line of the day.
Sure, Denny.
Here comes line of the day, line of the day.
but they can do this in the parking lot.
All right, we got it. We got the story.
That's why cops love when you tell them, why aren't you out catching real criminals?
Right.
Do that next time you're pulled over.
I said that when I was arrested for rape.
There you go.
That's our line of the day. Okay, and who did you
That
pick
would
that
go
one?
to no, I didn't.
That one out?
That's pretty much everybody.
Okay,
gets to pick on
consensus.
That. So Jimmy got line of the day today.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Could I do a shout out here?
If you need to.
Yeah, you know what? Thanks to the Opie and Anthony show, I've been able to get a lot of business in my DJ business. Yes. And we're going to be doing a wedding. I can't give out the venue or the people will kill me. It's happening on April 12th. They are big fans of the show, so I need to say hello to Richard and Sloan. All right, because I think we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a great time at this wedding.
Are you getting a lot of business from being on the show?
Yeah, it's working out nice. We get a lot of nice calls. A lot of nice feedback. A lot of nice people. That's why I love Opie and Anthony, and these guys have been very nice to me.
Your Falcone groupies.
What's that?
Your Falcone groupies.
No, we don't have any. We don't have any Falcone groupies.
Where do they find you if they want to book you?
DennisFalcone.com.
There you go.
There we go. Or you could just hit me up here at Sirius XM.
And he is an ass man, ladies.
Yeah, I just like to get out there and have a good time. You know, the other day I was very proud. It was very nice when Maria Menudo's boyfriend Kevin came by and he sat and he wanted to say hello, and he said we should call the morning show that I do with Sam one day, the Sunshine Committee.
You're still going with that?
Yeah, I'm still running with that. I think Sam and the Sunshine Committee. I would give Sam the top billing. Sam and the Sunshine Committee. I think
Sam wanted nothing to do with that.
Really, I think it would be great. We get a nice logo of the sun and like Sam's face in the sun, shining down.
How come you weren't happy with the photo that we took?
No, I was. When I walked out, I loved the photo. I have the photo.
Let everybody know.
Okay.
Maria Menounos' husband was here.
Tell the story.
Kevin, and found out he's a big fan of Dennis Falcone. So after the interview and everything, Dennis wanted to get a photo, so we took a photo, and Kevin wanted as well. But then we find out later that Dennis got a professionally done photo by the photographers in the lobby with Maria and Kevin. So it made us think like what we did for you was not good enough.
No.
I call it the Falcone. He does it for all the celebrities.
Totally
he does.
I'm walking out, and Kevin is in the studio, and he waves me over, and he said, he goes, Maria, this is Dennis. You got to meet Dennis. And he goes, oh, okay. He tells the photographer, could we take a picture together?
Kevin wanted this photo with you.
With Maria.
Why?
He goes,
so you did not go to the lobby just to get another photo?
No, I was walking out.
You meander to lobby, and then someone goes, "Oh, look there! No, hey. He was telling me too, and I saw the photo. I said, "What the hell? Why'd you get another photo?" And he's telling me the story. And he goes, "No, I got to hang out with the family. I met the parents.
The family, yeah.
It's like he's one of the Menounos now.
I'm in. Yeah, I'm a one-on-one, very personable. Just trying to be nice with everybody. And let me see. Want to take some phone calls here?
Sure. 866-969-1969. Talk to Denny.
Okay, let's see. How about Kevin in Houston? We'll go to that one.
Kevin, you're on.
Hey, boys, how y'all doing?
Okay, go ahead, Kevin. What's up?
Danny, I just want to tell you, man, it's really a pleasant morning listening to you on the radio instead of listening to Sam's nonsense. I'm proud of you, brother. Keep it up.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin. Do appreciate the call. And Sam and his nonsense will be back on Monday. He's just a bit under the weather, so we'll talk to Sam back here on Monday.
You liking that seat? You getting comfortable?
No, it's Sam's seat. I'm just here filling in. When you're doing a fill-in,
does it feel
radio,
right? Does it feel like this should be your thing?
No, because you know why? This is the first time I've ever done talk radio.
Right.
Anything. I usually talk. I got a song under me. You got 12 seconds, 18 seconds. And some guy here says, Justin in Oklahoma. Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead. We'll put you on the air. I'm not afraid to say what your call is. Go ahead.
What's going on this morning, Denny?
Well, this is the first time, like I said, I've ever done talk radio. And when you're used to falling back on a song, you have that next. Here, talk radio is one of the...
First of all, hang on.
Go ahead.
Let me say why I'm calling first, because you're explaining why I'm calling, and I haven't explained it.
Go ahead. I'm not hanging up on you. Go ahead.
I'm explaining that with somebody with a plethora of knowledge in the radio business, as someone like yourself, you sound nervous as shit, buddy. I've counted about 140 ums and uhs in the last 15 minutes.
Okay, it's nice. It's nice to go over what we call an air check.
We did not hang up on him.
No,
his phone.
Where does call go? Yeah, where'd the call go? And no, it's like I said. When you have a song under you and you know you're going to say something in 14 seconds, you know
your end point.
Exactly. You know where the beginning is, what the middle is, and how you're going to close with the call letters. When you're doing talk radio here, you're you're out there alone, as in, like an a cappella group. You know, they just have their voices and they don't have any music under them.
Denny, I got to tell you, I think you're doing an amazing job. Pre-show was great. Post-show is going well. And there's a lot of people on the phone here who feel the same way.
This is the first time. Oh,
you want to talk to Rich in Florida?
Sure.
Rich,
Hello,
you're on
Rich.
with Denny.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Sam, I don't know what it is about your cold, but you come in with a cold more often. This is the best you've ever sound on an after show, and I'm going to tell you what, keep it up, man, because this is the best after show, most pleasant, enjoyable after show ever.
All right, I'm going to have to go back and take some Dayquil. Thank you very much. How about to Jay in Nyack, New York? We'll go up to Nyack. Hello, Jay.
Yes, hello, Denny Falcone.
How are you?
How are you, my friend? And I am a big fan.
Well, thank
you. I always love when you come in and hang out with the boys in the morning. And I just want to tell you, you do a great job. You know, don't sell yourself short, man. And the guy who just commented about, you know, your voices, I know we're just kind of making light of things, but you do a great job. And I do hope you get a show of your own. And I also hope, I just got a shout out to Jim Norton. I hope his advice show comes back because it was a great advice show. And I miss hearing him on the radio when he used to be in on Wednesdays. But yeah, you do a great job. And you know what? What's your website again? Because I may need you for for like a party or something.
We'll come up and party with you. It's DennisFalcone.com. We got to keep it simple. DennisFalcone.com.
FalCone.com.
You got it.
All right, listen, all the best to your brother. Great weekend.
Thank you. Nice to speak with you.
Is Nyack in your driving range?
Sure, why not?
Would you go out of state? Like some of these people, you know, Indiana, Boston, Phoenix. Would you travel?
That's kind of far. It depends, you know. Hey, the price is right.
Shouldn't limit your audience.
Okay, well, you know, I mean, that's, you know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge, and there'll probably be a lot of bridges to cross to get to some of those states when we get to it. But no, it's very nice doing the pre and the post show, the after show as we wrap up with a lot of the highlights. Do we also have a clip from Roland? Did we do Roland's clip yet?
We have not, but we do have a clip from Roland.
Okay, so why don't we hear Roland's clip from this morning's show?
And why is it pink?
Yeah.
It's made of ice and rock circles.
Yeah, but that doesn't make pink.
I don't know.
Ice and rocks don't make pink.
What's a fucking rock circle?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like it's got rings?
Oh, you don't know.
No,
you don't know why it's
Sam
pink.
would know. Astrophysicist.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Sam
you just have to be a good reader. The article's right there. I'm sure somewhere in that article it's going to explain why it's pink.
I know.
Sorry, I got a broadcasting background, not astrophysics.
Right. Just read. Come on. Why is it pink?
Come on, Sal.
Oh, Sal, you're panicking.
You're terrible at this.
Panicking.
You're panicking.
You are. They're all buttons. Keep hitting the escape key.
Doesn't. Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Now you're trying another site. You're going to Forbes? He's going to Forbes.
Forbes? That's
why
money.
would Forbes know why the planet's pink?
Forbes.
I'm going to buy options on this pink planet.
You don't go to Forbes for astronomy.
All right, well, if Roland picked that clip...
What?
I think I can find some clips from today's show. Then I'll give me a second. I'm going to find one for me.
Okay. You have a clip? Yeah, we should do.
Sal's going to find a clip for you.
Now we're taking some calls at 1-866-969-1969. How about Larry? He's on line 9 in South Carolina. Hello, Larry.
Well, greetings and salutations to the man who is DJ Dennis Falcone. Congratulations on your filling gig.
Thank you, Larry.
And for all, you're welcome. Very much welcome. I enjoy the Denny. I love the Denny. And also for all you folks out there, if you want more Denny, Sunday evening, 60s on 6, DJ Dennis Falcone spinning the tunes for you.
Thank you, Larry.
And I try never to miss. And, I really don't. I really try never to miss DJ Dennis Falcone on Sunday. And please, as much as I love the Denny, Sammy, get well soon, buddy. You the man. Get well soon, Sammy. My best wishes for your speedy recovery and return to the airwaves. Thanks, Denny.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Larry. Yes, I'll be on 60s on 6 Sunday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, spinning those great 60s hits. And, I feel more comfortable doing that because I've been doing that for, my whole career. This is the first time you sit behind a microphone and you're just out there. And you're trying to fill in what's going on and talking about the topics, and there's just so much happening. So sometimes, when you're listening to Opie and Anthony, and I give those guys credit, give any talk show host credit, especially, here at least you're getting calls. There's a lot of guys who go on a radio station and they're just giving out the phone number, and they're just not getting anything.
No.
They're just not getting anything. And then they go, well, and also last night in sports, and they're just reading that story, hoping that somebody would call in. So it's a tough thing. And Sam, you do a great job with the show, and I tell him that all the time. So we joke around. This is Sam's show. I'm just filling in the blanks till he gets better. And he never really gets sick. So I was very, very surprised. He must be under the weather. Sal, did you have a clip of the day?
No, I'm still looking for it.
You're still looking. He's still searching to find the right clip.
Well, what that clip was with Roland pointing out where Sal was maybe panicking, trying to find the information. They were talking about that pink planet that they discovered way out on the far edge of the solar system there, and they had no idea why it's that magenta color. And I don't think we ever really found an answer. I don't think it's anything.
No, they found it yesterday. There's no information.
Yeah, I was saying I don't think it's really at fault with Sal. Is that there was just very little information that came out about it. But it's the second pink planet they found, and I think within a year.
2 pink planets.
2 pink planets
In a year.
And I don't think they know why.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we could discover this at Epcot Center. They might have the answer.
Riveting.
They might have the answer. Thank you very much to Sal, who really helped me out big time this morning, and E-Rock for putting together all the cuts.
How do you think this went?
I liked it. I had fun. I would do it again. I learned a lot of things, and like that one caller said, you listen back to your air check and you say, gee, you counted 1,000 uhs and this and that. Of course,
it happens.
It happens.
And we didn't get to every phone call today, but look, the phone calls have been completely full for the entire post show here. All these people wishing you nothing but the best and enjoying what you had to offer on the show.
No, we got some nice calls and some nice tweets, and again, I really had a nice time, a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. You're never too old to learn, even an old guy like me, as a lot of these guys keep reminding me on Twitter. But thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And we're going to have the West Coast replay. That is coming up here on the Opie and Anthony channel. So make sure you stay with us and listen all throughout the weekend. Lots of great replays from what you might have missed this past week. Got a lot of great guests this past week, too. It was a lot of fun. And I believe that Jay is also coming back. Jay Moore's coming back on Monday, too. Because he's doing some gigs, and that was just a riot hanging out with him. Also, if you happen to run into Lady Gaga today, make sure you wish her a happy 28th birthday.
So that happens often.
Well, that does happen, and she's got a brand new single out called GUY, which is a cool song. Have you heard it yet?
No, I have not heard it.
All right. Hey, we got to wrap. You have a great weekend. Stay happy, stay close to Sirius XM.
Thrown around my house like Johnny Appleseed came through with them.
Smart.
Yeah, because I would be upstairs going, they're downstairs, they're upstairs, they're in my bag, they're in the car. Now I bought a fuckload and literally threw some in my bedroom, threw some downstairs.
That's what parents do with pacifiers when they have a newborn.
A little nookie.
You throw pacifiers all over the place.
Yeah.
So they could find
So they
one.
could just find them.
That's what you did with your glasses.
Just fucking sew them.
What's that? E-Rock did not give us that clip? He did not. Okay, so you know what? We have to learn and recover and roll with it because that's what a broadcast professional does. It's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts. Now, Opie said a couple of years ago that he had laser surgery, and he said that the LASIK is just fantastic. That would be cut 3, Mr. Sal.
If you fix both eyes, I got them touched up for distance, both eyes for distance, then you have to wear glasses for everything up close. So basically, you're swapping out of there.
Good night. My granddaughter told me it's time I get back out on the scene.
Sue everybody.
Yeah, sue everyone.
Once again, it's Dennis Falcone in for Sam Roberts. Sam a bit under the weather, so we'll take care of business for you on Friday as we head into the weekend on the Opie and Anthony pre-show. They were talking about hearing problems and sight problems because, hey, everybody's getting up in age. And Anthony said that he kind of hears things when he goes around the house. He loses his glasses. And we've got cut 1 to talk to you about that.
I could see distance fine, but man, that close-up shit now, it's literally painful. Like if I look at something too long, and too long is like a few minutes.
Right.
I get this fucking feeling in my head like I was stabbed with an ice pick. It's yeah. I got reading glasses.
Don't hear. That's where you'll find us on your Sirius or XM radio. Now we've got a bunch of cuts that happened yesterday on the show. It was a great show. Jay Moore, funny man Jay Moore, is in town. He's appearing at some of the local venues. One of them out on Long Island. he's never heard of that one before. We had a couple of callers checking that out for him and telling him some of the finer points about Long Island. And one of the cuts that I really enjoyed, there's a club out on Long Island called the Winter Circle. And this club has been around for, God, at least 30, 35 years. I remember going there in the early 80s and getting down and boogieing on a Saturday night to some great disco music, and that club is still around. And they say that club is now a swingers club. So we had a gentleman call in and talk to Jay about maybe some of the things that he'd like to visit. We have one of those cuts for you right now, Sal, that we'd like to play.
Jay, if you're not too busy during your gigs, you can go to the Winter Circle.
You know, you ought to be real proud of yourself. You made it to Friday, so reach around, slap yourself on the back. That's right, you made it to Friday. I guess by now you know it's not that professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, but it's your broadcast professional, Dennis Falcone, sitting in the air chair, as we like to say, kicking off the weekend on the Opie and Anthony pre-show. Yes, Sam's still a bit under the weather. I guess Mom gave him the Vicks rub down, but that did not seem to do it. He's pumping up the herbal tea. He's taking his medication. He's in his jammies. He's taking a nap. So we'll give him the Friday off and get better, Sam. We'll see you back here on Monday morning, bright, light, and early like. But in the meantime and in between time, Dennis Falcone will be here reviewing what went on yesterday on a terrific Thursday here on the Opie and Anthony program. Once again, it's the Opie and Anthony show. Dennis Falcone, XM 103, Sirius 206. Those are things you ordered up.
It's an over 40 swingers club.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yuck.
Over 40?
Wow.
Over 40.
Why does it have to be over 40?
Exactly.
Big labia.
That's how they advertise it.
We're going to name it Big Labia.
Over 40 swingers
How
club,
fucking
huh?
awful is that?
A lot of fun going
all
on
of a
in there.
sudden, Jimmy's Mr. fucking Morals and standards.
No.
and practices.
I want, if I'm going to go fucking swing, I want someone under 40.
Yes.
I want to see a bunch of 48-year-old women. I've had 4 children. I'm really letting my hair fly. I want to get fucking drop dead already.
8-year-old Jewish women. It's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Jewish
Wait,
broads.
what?
That doesn't do anything for me, though. A bunch of old swingers.
Yeah.
Old, out-of-shape swingers.
And over 40, by the way, they're not 40 in there. It's over 40. They're in their late 50s. You know, I'm a widower.
Yeah.
When Saul was alive,
Yeah.
we'd fuck all day.
Let me tell
Finger
you.
sandwiches and then fuck